Welcome back. So starting out, I'm just having a look here at the pulley and the idler here just to see how things are going there, because I suspect something may be a little bit loose with that, and we'll have a look at that a little bit later.
Alright, so I'm back out on the ramp. I've adjusted the pressure on the lift pump to about 75 psi, which is pretty much the maximum of it. Apparently the Audi inline pump, from what I've figured out or what I've learnt, it puts out about 72 psi. So we'll see how we go. Of course, I'd only got the 2 runs in yesterday afternoon late and didn't have any problems, but fingers crossed that restriction was causing the problem, because I actually did the math on that and it would have been reducing the volume going through that area by about a good 30% or more. So anyway, we'll see how we go here. Engine's just coming up to temperature right now. I've taxied it over here, and it's just about to hit 150 on the oil temp, where I'm happy to run it up at that point. We'll just give it a minute more and see how we go. I've still got the maximum fuel pressure set to 130, but given the fuel flows and stuff that I've got in there and the RPMs that I'm hitting, it's not going to get there. It'll probably just get to 110 again on this first couple runs, but the first one I'll just do a warm-up run to about 3,000 RPM just to get the engine up to temperature a bit more, and then I'll do the next one probably up to the governor, which will be 3,400 RPM again, because I haven't changed that from yesterday. So fingers crossed that we've actually fixed the problem here, because otherwise my leading would be that there's something wrong with the high pressure fuel pump. Anyway, see how we go. Alright, so I'm just going to take it up to 3,000 on this one. Make sure that the brakes are nice and well, and I've got chocks out there. And I got my camera on the pressure thing just to keep an eye on that too. So here we go. There's 3,000 there. Let it warm up a little and I'll drop it back and do it again. See if it'll come out of idle now. There it goes. Alright, so I think I've got that set fairly well. It still needs some more tuning in terms of the fuel flow as it's ramping back down there. But that's not urgent right now, as long as it flicks back to idle, so I don't have to taxi around with it running at 1,500 RPM, which would not be that great, and we're at my brakes. Alright, so I'm going to take it up this time and just hit the governor and just see how we go. So probably 3,500 RPM. The governor. It was fairly sustained. It was just over 100 megapascals on the fuel pressure there. Alright, here we go again. Alright, that was fairly sustained at 110 megapascals, kind of floating a little bit below there. And of course now, you know, the EGTs are creeping up to 1600 when I hold it for that long, because I need to increase the pressure and you know, get it injecting more efficiently. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh yeah. That was looking pretty good. It was pretty much sustaining 110, 120 megapascals, and I got the fuel mass to the same 62 milligrams. I think there was definitely more power there. Let's have a look and see how things look to you while that's cooling down. Alright, fingers crossed again. Here we go one more time. Yep, there it is. Found the problem again. I can feel it coming in. Well, a lot higher, but well, at least this time I'll have a little bit of information, maybe on that fuel pressure gauge out there, because that camera's on. See if I can see anything obvious there, but I can feel it coming in. Something's not right still, which is disappointing because I'm running out of ideas. Up to 124 that time, which is kind of where I've been to before.
So after looking at that run and looking specifically at the engine speed indication, these are the 5 runs that I did all together there, and those are all the peaks, and you see I've zoomed this in between 3000 and 3800 RPM, and you can see this is the third one here, which didn't have the problem. And you see, you know, the engine RPM is fairly consistent until I, you know, bring the throttle down. And then if you look at the second last one and zoom in on that, you see exactly kind of what's happening here. All of a sudden it's basically showing, you know, up and down in a very quick space of time there. It's fluctuating around about 120 RPM or more up and down, whereas before it was sort of going up and down by about 20, and same on the last one here. So I doubt very much that the engine is changing RPM that quickly in that short amount of time. You're talking about a tenth of a second that it's changing 140 RPM in that particular case there, 1/10 of a second, and then back down again. I don't think physically it can do that. So you know, I'm kind of led to believe that either the signal coming from it is wrong or something else. But anyway, more research. And as I suspected, something was going on with that idler. It was a little bit loose. You can see the 2 marks here that I put on the belts. Well, they were aligned at one point, and one of the belts here has jumped one tooth. So, you know, obviously it's probably done it under, you know, heavy load there with the torque and the prop set to you know, a heavier pitch setting. So anyway, I just tightened up the idler, and hopefully that'll fix that. And just because I don't have enough to do, this all of a sudden this valve here, shut-off valve on the right-hand strake tank, all of a sudden decided it's leaking there out of where the little shut-off valve is there. You can just see it's dripping. So I need to order another one of those and replace that, and I have no idea why all of a sudden that would start leaking.
Alright, so I'm back out here, and I think I've discovered the source of my problem from yesterday. There's something wrong with the engine speed indication. Every now and then it fluctuates, like, you know, normally it's, you know, just moving up and down around 10 RPM. But I've noticed and you can hear when the engine runs rough at idle here, all of a sudden it starts thinking it's, you know, fluctuating plus or minus 70 RPM. And that's what's happening when I'm running the engine up. It's, you know, getting up to 3,500 RPM, it's sitting there okay, and then all of a sudden the engine speed starts reading incorrectly from some interference or something. And then when that happens, it triggers all the other bits of the software there that are reading off the engine speed. It triggers those things to want to change their parameters, like the fuel flow and fuel pressure and things like that, and that creates the cascading event, which basically sends it down. I've just done some work to move all the wiring and stuff from that sensor away from the alternator, kind of, you know, in case there was a magnetic field that was creating the problem. Excuse me. But I don't think it's actually fixed it. I haven't done a run-up yet here. I'm just sitting here idling, and every now and then it drops into this rough mode, and to get it out of it I have to bring it up just a tiny bit out of idle. So I think I'm going to have exactly the same problem, but in order to gather some more data, I'm going to do another run, and I suspect, oh, there it goes right now, and then all of a sudden it's sort of fixed itself again. So it's, you know, it's just weird. And it's a Hall sensor, Hall effect sensor, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the sensor. Potentially I have a problem with a ground of some nature or something like that. I'm looking at all the other information that comes from that sensor, and everything, as far as I can understand, looks like it's fairly normal. But the ECU interpretation of the engine RPM all of a sudden just sort of goes a little bit astray. So I'm probably going to have to contact Motec and see what they have to say. But I mean, I'm going to do a quick run right now. I fully expect it to mess up again, but at least I'll capture some new data, because the old data I don't have now. So anyway, let's see how this goes, and at least I'm sort of narrowing down the problem here. And I still have some prop in, so it'll hit 3,500 RPM, or go a little higher. When the governor kicks in, it'll pull it back down, and then I'll just let it sit there until it does the problem. Alright. I might actually, while I'm sitting here doing this, I might bring the fuel pressures up a little bit more, seeing that I know this is not the problem anymore. That should bring it up by about 10 megapascals, and so this will be going to a fuel pressure that I haven't been before, but, you know, while I'm trying to duplicate this other problem, I may as well make some progress on the tuning as well. So, alright, everything's cooled back down again. See how we go. That was a solid run. Oh, going on with my idle here. Come on, there we go. That was a solid run. That was probably one of the best runs I've ever done with this engine. Let me have a look at the numbers and I'll tell you. I actually took it up a little bit higher than what I was expecting to do because it was so stable. 43 pounds of boost. Now that's not as high as I've been, but what's interesting is the EGTs were staying fairly low for all that fuel I put in. I put in 80 milligrams of fuel, before I was only putting in 62, and about 62 in the last few runs. So 18.4 gallons an hour, if that's lean.
Short traffic, Archer 5705 Victor, is 2 miles to the north, going to be overflying midfield at 40,200, airing right to your left, left downwind, 230, Cherokee.
Yeah, if that's lean, then that's 360 horsepower. If you know, my basic math is correct, maybe a bit less, but anyway, that's more than I've had before. So the fuel pressure got up to 150 megapascals that time. And the other thing that you'll see that I showed on the video that I did notice was one of the belts there had moved one tooth. So I tightened up the ILO pulley there to you know, hopefully prevent that from happening, and I've marked them again so I can see where they are. So after this run I'll see if one of them moved, and it's possible that that moving could create a vibration that could trigger this whole scenario. But again, you know, this is just figuring all this stuff out. I have those belts tighter, but the tightness I have is just based on, you know, other people's interpretation of where they should be, you know, from previous other belt drive systems. Alright. I'm going to do one more run here. Well, did it again. Don't think I got as good as I got in the last run either. So, $83.9 milligrams of fuel. Yeah, the fuel flow was lower. Increasing the pressure lowers the fuel flow. Yeah, EGTs were much lower too, 1300 then, but I really didn't get quite to where I need to be. 40 PSI in the boost. Alright, back at it again. Got some extra logging level on the ECU now that I had to purchase, so I'll be able to get some help from Motec and find out what's going on with this engine speed channel. So I'm just going to do a couple of quick runs here just to get some data and then get out here again.
That's not really correct. Call you starting crossing on runway 5, check.
A little bit of a warm-up run there just to get the oil temp up a little higher.
Check, that's not tweet flight course turning downwind on runway 5, Cherokee.
Alright, here we go, a little higher.
base on runway 53.
It took a lot of effort, but I got it to do it, so that was quite a run there.
Runway 5, Cherokee.
Yeah, I think that's the data I need right there. Lambda down to 0.9, so I'm blowing smoke at this point because I need to adjust timing and increase the fuel pressure a little bit more, but at least I got it to do that, the problem. And I think, yeah, what do we got there, 180 was the fuel pressure. So, alright, that's all I need right now. So I'm gonna head back. It's kind of busy out here today. So the latest update is I've been speaking to a gentleman at Motec, and I've upgraded my software or my license to the next level of logging, so I can get much more detailed logging information. I've actually sent him some logging yesterday, and now he's requested me to do another run and get some more detailed information.
That's copy. That's just about where we're at as returning base for runway 5.
And Cherokee traffic experimental 2 Tango Delta crossing runway 5 midfield Cherokee.
So I just want to capture one more run here really quickly, and hopefully I can get it to, you know, do the problem that it's been doing, do the Gremlin or whatever you want to call it.
I thought I heard you say Cherokee. Yeah, I landed.
And then I can send some more data over to Motec.
Sorry about that.
So,
And Cherokee County experimental 2 Tango Delta clear of 5 Cherokee.
Cherokee traffic, Archer 991 Alpha, turning left crosswind for runway 5, Cherokee traffic. Cherokee traffic, that's 0 on runway, final runway 5, Cherokee traffic.
yeah, so I've got to change out that fuel valve at the top of the header tank there, that shut-off valve. I ordered a new one of those yesterday, that should be here today. Change that out. I mean, I don't know why that thing started leaking. That's, you know, just out of the blue. Maybe it's not designed for fuel.
Cherokee traffic, Archer 991 Alpha to the left, downwind for runway 5, Cherokee traffic.
I'll get turned around here real quick. I put my chocks out. Engine's pretty much warmed up, so I can do a run. Alright, so engine's warmed up. This is going to be, again, as I said, a quick run for Motec to gather some more data.
Cherokee traffic, that's 0 on runway crossing, go approach number 5,
Probably just do a quick run just to warm it up a little bit here, and then do another full power run. I've actually increased the fuel pressure now up to 190 as the maximum. So let me just warm this up here. It's interesting, it didn't do the rough idle this time while I've been idling at all.
Cherokee traffic, Archer 991 Alpha is 2 miles to the east of the airport, departing the area. Last call, Cherokee traffic.
See if we can get it to do the rough idle here for a little bit. That pretty much warmed up the engine there. Coolant's 189, oil is 182, still going up. Yeah, just 3,000 RPM. Alright, so this one's going to be all the way up to maximum power, if I can get it to create the problem again. Guy at Motec seems to think I may have a mechanical problem after just looking at the initial logs, but he needed more information, but we'll see. Alright, it's getting frustrating, but here we go. There's the governor. Yeah, and it did it again, so I got my data. And then it was a little rough on the idle there for a minute. Alright, that's all I needed. Gonna get out of here. At least with all this practice of getting in and out of the aircraft, I figured out how to get in and out easily. It's not that difficult really without the step or anything. At least not for me anyway. Most people who have got to sit in the aircraft haven't really had any problems getting in it per se. So, alright, here we go. Alright, headed back to the hangar. And now it's gone all quiet at the airport, just real busy there for a minute.
Cherokee traffic, experimental 2 Tango Delta, crossing runway 5, infield Cherokee.
I had a little bit of a problem starting the engine just now because it was cold out and I don't have the glow plug set up yet, and I'm thinking that's probably what it was. Actually had to jump it. So anyway,
Cherokee County, experimental 2 Tango Delta, clear of runway 5, Cherokee.
alright. So that's what's going on right now. See if we can throw some more information at this and figure out what this problem is.
So I'm open to suggestions on what might be causing this gremlin, so you guys just, chime in there if you can and let me know what you think it might be, based upon that other log that I showed you before with the engine speed. But anyway, just to show you, I am making progress here on the tune, so even though I've got this problem, I have been able to get the fuel pressure up now all the way to where I want it to be. So there you can see on that particular last run, the EGT is only a 1450, fuel flow 20 gallons an hour there, I had it to maximum throttle there. Of course, I can still put more fuel in there. And looking here at the fuel pressure there, you can see 189 is where I was at there, and that's pretty much where I want to be. You don't want to go too much higher than that. The lambda is a little bit low, 0.92, but I think I can fix that with a little bit of advance on the timing. So I'll be playing with that on my next go around. So as I said, even though I'm having problems with this one little Gremlin, I am getting the tune in there better, and I know I'm getting some more performance out of it. So there's a timer, you can see 7 degrees after top dead center, and I just add a little bit more timing to that 13 there, and I'll move that up so it's the same as this one, where you see the lambda there, 1.05, 1.1 there. It's kind of where I want to be. 1's probably okay, but 1.1's better. So just by adjusting that timing to level out that bottom red line there, that should help that a little bit there. But overall, things are looking pretty good with the tune. Just got to fix up this Gremlin, and then I'll be able to do another thrust test. Anyway, that's the update for this week. Thanks again for watching, and tune in again on Tuesday and see where I'm at.